All right, so today we're diving into AI and, more specifically, Meta's brand new Llama 3.2. I know you're all about staying ahead of the curve when it comes to this stuff, so we're going straight to the source. Meta's official announcement blog post just dropped today. So we're talking like fresh insights here.
Yeah, and it's not just hype. What's really exciting about this announcement is that Meta's thinking about AI in a whole new way. Imagine AI,
Hmm.
not just something you access in the cloud, but something that lives right on your phone, working instantly for you.
Okay, so hold on. Are we talking about AI that's like as accessible as my favorite app now?
Exactly. Think about it like this. Meta has created a whole family of Llama AI. Some are smaller and faster, perfect for like running on your phone without killing your battery, while others are bigger and more powerful, able to do things like understand images with crazy accuracy.
Okay, so like different breeds of dog, but all still part of the llama family, each with their own specialty. I'm intrigued already. This is cool. But let's talk about this on-device thing for a second. I feel like that's kind of a game changer.
Absolutely. Imagine you're in a meeting and your phone is silently summarizing the key points in real time. Or you quickly make a voice memo and it drafts an email for you. And all of this happens on your device, so your data stays private.
Wow. So it's like having a super powered personal assistant who's also sworn to secrecy, which, huge win for privacy in our data driven world these days. And Meta even talks about these smaller llamas being able to like summarize, follow instructions, and even rewrite text, which is pretty impressive for something that, fits in your pocket.
Yeah, it really highlights how AI is evolving beyond just complex algorithms in the cloud. It's becoming more personal, more embedded in our daily lives. But it's not just about making our phones smarter. Meta is also pushing the boundaries of what AI can see.
Hold on now. AI with eyes. Okay, now that's where things get really interesting. Tell me more about this whole vision aspect.
Right, so Llama 3.2, especially the larger models, they can actually understand images in a way we haven't seen before. We're not just talking about recognizing objects in a picture. This AI can understand charts, graphs. It can even give you directions from a hand-drawn map.
So it's not just seeing, it's understanding.
Uh,
That's wild.
Exactly. It's about context. Meta uses this example. Imagine a small business owner shows the AI a graph of their sales figures. This AI doesn't just see lines and bars. It understands the data and can answer questions about trends. It can provide real, insightful analysis.
Okay, now my mind is officially blown. This isn't like your average Instagram filter. This is AI that's starting to like think visually, almost like we do. But what does all this mean for the average person? Is this just a cool tech demo or is there something bigger at play here?
Oh, it's definitely bigger than just a cool demo. This is about like changing how we interact with the world around us.
Mhm.
Think about how the internet opened up communication and information sharing. Llama 3.2 has that same potential. But for AI, it's making it accessible to everyone.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And a big part of that is this whole open source thing, right? Meta is basically sharing the blueprint for this, which means developers all over the world can build on this technology and create their own amazing applications.
Exactly, and that's what makes this so interesting. Like, imagine if only a handful of companies controlled all the recipes for, say, baking bread.
Mm-hmm.
Open source is like Meta giving everyone the recipe for their amazing AI bread. Now anyone can try it out, experiment with different ingredients, maybe even come up with an even better loaf.
I love that analogy. So instead of AI being this exclusive club, it's a global potluck, everyone bringing their own flavor to the table. It feels like we're on the verge of just this like explosion of creativity and innovation.
Absolutely. This open approach could lead to AI that's way more diverse, more tailored to specific needs. Imagine AI tutors that, like, help kids learn in ways that work best for them, or AI tools that help small businesses in developing countries thrive.
Yeah, this is really painting a picture of a future where AI isn't just some like futuristic concept,
Yeah.
but it's woven into the fabric of our everyday lives, making things easier, more efficient, and hopefully more equitable. But with any new technology, especially one as powerful as AI, there are always concerns, right? So let's shift gears for a moment and address the elephant in the room, or should I say the llama in the room?
I see what you did there. But yes, it's super important to acknowledge the potential downsides. Job displacement is often the first thing people think of, which makes sense. Whenever we bring in new technologies, there's always a period of adjustment, and certain jobs might become automated.
Yeah, it's like that saying, it's not that the robots are taking our jobs, it's that we're building robots that are really good at those jobs, basically. So, how do we prepare for that kind of shift in the workforce then?
Well, it's all about adaptation and education. We need to focus on equipping people with the skills they'll need to thrive in an AI-driven world. Things like Critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, these are areas where humans will always have an edge.
So it's less about competing with machines and more about learning to work alongside them, almost like co-pilots navigating this new landscape.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe this collaboration will lead to entirely new industries and job opportunities, things we haven't even imagined yet. The key is to approach this shift with a focus on human potential and adaptability.
So are we talking about a future where we're not just using AI but actually coexisting with it, maybe even co-creating with it, which I guess begs the question, what happens next? What does this future even look like, say 5, 10 years down the line?
Well, it's tough to, predict the future with any certainty. But if I had to guess, I'd say we're moving towards a world of hyper-personalization, powered by AI, of course.
Okay, so hyper-personalization, what does that even mean in this context?
So imagine like
Culinary.
a smartphone, right? That doesn't just remind you about appointments, but actually like anticipates your needs throughout the day. Let's say you're running low on groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Your phone, equipped with these Llama capabilities, it could not only generate a shopping list based on your habits, but also go ahead and place the order at your preferred store. Factoring in things like delivery time, maybe even suggesting recipes based on what's already in your fridge.
Wow. Talk about a personal concierge. That sounds incredibly convenient. But I don't know. Also, a little like I'm giving up control. Is that a valid concern with this level of AI, integration?
Oh, absolutely. It's a conversation we definitely need to be having. As AI gets more integrated into our lives, it's important to maintain our sense of agency. We should always be in the driver's seat, setting boundaries and having the option to override those AI suggestions if we need to. And remember, AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used responsibly or irresponsibly.
Which brings us back to Meta making Llama 3.2 open source. They're really putting a lot of trust in the global community to use this technology for good.
It's a gamble, no doubt, but also potentially brilliant. You see, by opening up access like this, Meta is encouraging collaboration and transparency. And that's crucial for responsible AI development. When you have more people who can examine the code, identify potential biases, and contribute to solutions, well, we have a much better chance of creating AI that benefits everyone, right?
So it's almost like what? Crowdsourcing ethical AI development.
Exactly. And it really highlights the fact that the future of AI isn't something that will be decided by, a select few in Silicon Valley. It's a conversation that everyone needs to be a part of, because ultimately AI's impact will be felt by all of us.
Absolutely. So for our listeners who are now both excited and maybe a little overwhelmed by all this, what's the one thing they should remember from this whole deep dive?
I'd say stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged. This world of AI is changing so fast, and it's up to all of us to shape where it goes from here. So don't be afraid to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and be part of the conversation.
I love it. Couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, a huge thank you to our expert for, breaking down such a complex topic with such clarity and insight. Really appreciate you being here. And for our listeners, if you want to learn more about Llama 3.2, go check out the official Meta AI website. They've got tons of info there, technical details, use case examples, even ways you can get involved in the open source community. But until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and as always, happy diving.